do since I sent that. Okay, Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. It is 8:12 and we are probably going to end this session after 1 hour. So the topic that we are doing for today will be this one, Form 4, Unit 5, which is Globetrotting. And I believe for those of you who have been able to open my materials, did you check out what Globetrotting means? Would anyone like to either respond on the chat as well as use your microphone if you don't want to waste time? What is globetrotting here? You understand that the globe means that it's the world, right? So what could it possibly mean? Use the chat feature if you would like to respond. I definitely appreciate responses to just show me that there are certain words that you already know so that I don't have to dwell too much on the word just now. Apakah maksud globe trotting? You buat apa dengan dunia tu? What do you do with it? Would anyone like to respond either on chat? You can see my background, right? Definitely not in Malaysia. So where are we going when I say globe trotting?
Traveling around the world.
Yeah, traveling around the world. So that is what I am expecting you to talk about. Regardless of whether you have been places or definitely when you get a question about globe trotting, you cannot be talking about you visiting places in Malaysia. Okay, so which is why we would like to have you broaden your horizon a little bit. Broaden your horizon means that awak kena just go outside of Malaysia because if I talk about students for SPM answering SPM questions, there was a year in which the question for SPM essay was, which part of Malaysia would you like to visit? We had answers given by students for SPM in which they said that they wanted to go to Korea, they wanted to go to the United Kingdom. So you definitely have to understand the question. If the question says which part of Malaysia, you have to talk about Malaysia. But if the question comes out, where would you like to go if you were given a chance to engage in globetrotting, for example, you cannot have Malaysia as part of your answer. Otherwise, you would lose your marks for content, which is why, since this is in our topic for Form 4, I'd like to do this one today. Okay, so the tasks have been attached on your Delima website. So first and foremost, I sent this YouTube video by Mr. Jared, who's my senior in college. I think he gave a very smooth lesson about the vocabulary that he would like to use for this topic. Okay, so I'm going to go straight to Google Forms. So can I just have a show of hands? How many of you yesterday managed to complete the Google form yesterday? Can you raise your hands using the Google Meet feature, please? If I could just see. Did anyone check out the Google form? Okay, good. I've got Akilatul. If I could just show you Akilatul alone, so I've got Fork account and Fork KAA. I believe that Akilatul is quite proactive. Akilatul, if you don't mind me showing your Google Drive, because once in a while I do check students' Google Drive folders and I do check their progress, especially in order for me to give marks for pentaksiran bilik darjah. So here's what I think Akilatul has done a bit differently than other students. So if I go to the folder right now, you might want to emulate her. Emulate ni maksudnya you might want to copy what she did. Okay, so if I show you her Google Drive folder, you can see Canva task, Padlet task, reading, writing, speaking and listening. We've got quiz folder, resume folder. So my last lesson last time was about writing. So other than the task that I gave her for writing, I believe that what Akilatul has done last time was she has inserted the screenshot of the lesson that we had last time. Like how many marks for content, she's got her note in there through the medium of this screenshot here so that she won't forget. Okay, so I find that quite proactive, especially this slide here. What would be an informal slang? What would be a semi-formal, formal slang? So if you missed it, you can actually like just go and watch the YouTube video last time that I sent, and you can screenshot like Akiratul did. This is your note. Ini akan jadi nota awak for SPM, which is why I think this is a proactive step taken by Akiratul. So good job for Akiratul there. Okay, going back to my lesson just now. I would like to have a look at a few answers maybe that you have given to me. Your answers will definitely come to me because I am able to edit this form. It's a response that I can edit and I can check what your answers are. So let's say we're doing it live right now. Of course, later on, everyone, you have to answer this Google form as an evidence that you have completed the vocabulary for globetrotting. So do check out Mr. Jared's YouTube video. We might want to go there after this, after we have done trying to get some of the definition. So what you should do is, can you please go and answer the Google form, starting from your class, your name, and so on. And then I think, okay, what I will do is I'll go straight to the question, since I believe I can edit this. Okay, we are going to have a look at idioms first. Idioms. I hope you have already watched the YouTube video with Mr. Jared in it. So among the idioms that he mentioned, okay, for the topic of globe trotting was this one here. My heart was in my mouth when I saw my dad fall off the ladder. Okay, so when you look at this idiom, does it mean like literally jantung awak ada dalam your mouth? Is that what it means? Can I get the answer? It's going to be a short answer text. So what does it mean by my heart was in my mouth? If you check the YouTube video that Mr. Jared has delivered to you. Since Akiratul has done it, maybe we can get the answer from Akiratul first. This is just us doing the Google form without input first. Kita tak bagi input dulu. Okay, so Akiratul, would you like to respond? What did you write for this Google form here? What does it
Fear.
mean by, yeah?
Fear.
Fear. You answered fear. And
Yeah.
were you able to get, okay, so yes, the answer here is fear. So where did you find the answer?
In the YouTube.
Can I ask you where you found the answer? Fear? The correct answer is fear here.
YouTube.
Did you find it in the YouTube?
Yes.
The answer given by Mr. Jared is fear. My heart was, my heart was in it using Google first to see whether it fits. But yes, I did check the answer given by Mr. Jared here, and he did write my heart was in. Let's see whether the internet here is good enough. Okay, so yeah, in the YouTube answer that he has given, shock. Okay, yang ni extremely nervous. Okay, to have one's heart in her or his mouth here, according to this Cambridge dictionary. Feeling extremely nervous, as you. Okay, if let's say you feel like the interrupted. Okay, I believe that the internet connection. Okay, that is probably a problem with the internet connection here. So I'll have this presented again. If you cannot see the screen, do let me know. Okay, I'm currently presenting my screen again, and we were trying to find the definition for when somebody's heart in it is in his or her mouth. It means that they are feeling extremely nervous or shocked. So, as you can see down here, it could be a negative connotation. Negative connotation ni maksudnya konotasi negatif di mana dia ada maksud yang negatif, tapi dia boleh juga ada sort of like a positive connotation whereby awak rasa a bundle of nerves, mungkin rasa gementar. It could be due to all sorts of reason lah. Okay, all right, so right now that would be one answer. Answer given on this particular Google form by Akilato was fear. Fear here refers to the answer given by Mr. Jared there. Okay, let's try another one. I'll try to find one which I think is suitable for our globetrotting speech that you will produce later on. Okay, the next one that I'm choosing right now is over the moon. Okay, if I tell you that I feel over the moon about traveling around the world, what do I mean by over the moon? Can we get a response, especially for students who have done the Google form? If you haven't already done so, maybe you might want to try and quickly check it out. But if you have already done it, I believe you should have already found the answer because Mr. Jared does talk about all the idioms in his video. Anyone has the answer for over the moon?
Very happy.
Very happy. So when you want to say very happy, how do you say very happy? Other than very, do you have a word for it? Very. Kat sini the answer for the short answer, it could be, your answer could be correct regardless of what the answer here is. The answer here says happiness. Okay, happiness. But when you answered very happy, I believe that you are not wrong as well. And I guess if you want to say very, you can also say extremely happy. Use the word extremely, sangat happy. Tapi for students who want to upgrade their language, sebab if you look at the content marks, especially yang slide yang saya tunjuk last time, there are more marks for high vocabulary use. So among the vocabulary that you can use to show that you are extremely happy would be words like elated. So you don't need to use two words. Tak perlu guna dua perkataan, but just one word to show your high vocabulary. Ecstatically happy. Nampak ni? Ecstatically happy. So elated means that you are ecstatically happy. You can also say I feel ecstatic. Saya rasa sangat gembira. And then baru awak masukkan somewhere in your sentences, I was definitely on top of the moon. Ataupun I was definitely over the moon. Okay, so that would be an idiom. So kalau awak dengar Mr. Jared talked about this idiom over the moon, dia akan explain a sentence yang menunjukkan dia sangat happy. Alright, so how do we insert all these idioms into our speech or into our writing? Itu persoalannya sekarang. Okay, so I'm going to move to another material. So all these materials that I attach will go to your speech that you're going to produce. Awak kena hasilkan speech. Tapi maybe for 4KA, since last time we have done speaking, I might wanna ask 4KA to try and give me another type of skill. Kita tengok nanti macam mana. Okay, right now we are going to have a look at the Form 4 Unit 5 textbook. And then if we go to the task, okay, I'm gonna go to the task. Here we've got a task for reading, but we are not going to do the reading. You might want to do the reading on your own, but I'm just using this unit opener here, which says that, do you like traveling, to spark your idea about the topic that we are doing for today. So if I were to ask you from the top of your head right now, do you like traveling? Would you be able to answer me? Spontaneously? Do you like traveling?
Yes.
Especially, yes, okay, Al Irfan, if you tell me that you like traveling based on our Form 4 full blast textbook right now, are you able to give me one reason why you like traveling? Think about what you have missed when you are confined in at home right now. You cannot go anywhere. So what are you missing? Since you cannot go anywhere, what do you like about traveling? Can you give me one sentence at least? I like. What do you like most about traveling? Since we are preparing for speaking right now and writing after this, what do you like about traveling? Are you able to give me a sentence? Al Irfan?
The view.
The what?
View.
The view. Okay. You like the view when you go traveling. But of course, when an SPM examiner asks you that sort of sentence, that sort of question, when the person gives you the question as an SPM examiner, I think what the SPM examiner would like to hear from you is a full sentence. So kalau dia tanya, do you like traveling? Yes, I like traveling because I want to enjoy the view. You tak boleh cakap the view like that. Do you understand? Okay, but it's good that you have an answer in your mind. It's just that you need to construct a full sentence. Boleh tak, Alifan? You answer the question by saying, do you like traveling? Yes, I like traveling because. Do you mind repeating the sentence, please? Can you answer this question? Do you like traveling? Can you try again?
Yes, I like traveling because I want to enjoy the view.
I want to enjoy the view. Okay, good. Here's something that I can help you to add your vocabulary further, because you want to make sure that you are better than other students, right? So you need to have enough vocabulary. That's the reason why Mr. Jared has taught you all these idioms and all these phrases so that you can use it in your speech and writing. Okay, how we can do this is, okay, if you check my next material, will be we've also got a module, a speaking module that I'm using after this. Okay, I'll just open the speaking module first. You are getting this speaking module. Okay, this is the module that you will be getting, and you will be asked all these questions for each part. You will be getting this module in the form of a tangible item. Tangible maksudnya you can hold it. I'll just type it for you here. Tangible. Tangible here means
Tangible.
Yeah, it means that you can touch it. Okay, but for people who feel like they don't want to wait, or maybe you're afraid of COVID-19 virus or anything, you don't want to take it from school, what you can do is open my Delima website. Okay, open my Delima website, open the speaking module, and you will get the same as the tangible module. It is on your Delima website. Okay, so I've explained very thoroughly last time with 4KA. I hope they know what's happening for the speaking exam. Okay, but for account, I think your teacher might have explained before, but I'll do it again. Basically, you will have phase one of part one, whereby the interview will be about yourself, an introduction about yourself. This is phase one. What is your name? Where do you live? How many siblings do you have? When is your birthday? Everything will be about yourself. Okay. And then you will have phase two. Okay. Phase two is usually about your daily routine. Apa yang awak buat setiap hari. Okay. I think I've told 4KA when you want to talk about your daily routine, use present tense. Contoh, who cooks your favorite food? Every day, my mother cooks my favorite food. You tak boleh kata cook, C-O-O-K-E-D. Okay, past tense. Tak boleh. Sebab it's your daily routine. Itu skill yang awak nak kena ada. Kalau tak, you will lose your marks for grammar. Grammar will be taken into consideration as well for speaking. Later on, maybe I'll show you the marking scheme for speaking as well. Okay. This is the SPM format for 2021. Starting from 2021, because 2020 we don't have a speaking exam. Okay, so now if we move down here, this is what I would like us to prepare after this lesson. So the speaking for part 2 will be the individual long term. Each student will get a topic. Setiap pelajar dapat satu topik, but you are going to sit with a partner. For KAA, I believe I have shown you the video by lembaga peperiksaan whereby there was an SPM examiner and there were two students answering, taking turns answering. So here is the individual long term. I think for KA you pun dah buat dengan saya, sempatlah buat the exam for speaking. So one student ataupun saya panggil candidate A akan dapat one topic. Contoh dia dapat a family celebration. Okay. And then another student, okay, kalau awak tengok modul ni, dia akan bagi awak some brainstorming ideas. So definitely open the module. Kalau ada kesalahan, there are a few technical problems with the module, tapi we can definitely discuss the errors lah later on. Okay, we've also got sample answer for candidate A. And then if I were to show you another topic, this is the topic that we are doing right now. So I'm just going to assume everybody gets the same topic for our lesson today, which is the question for candidate B. Okay, so candidate B will get, for example, candidate B, tadi candidate A dapat tentang family celebration. Candidate B atau calon SPM B dapat my dream vacation. Okay, so this is what you have to answer. Arifan, macam tadi contoh dia tanya, do you like travelling? Contohlah ada satu bullet point kat sini. Do you like travelling? Where is your dream vacation spot? Barulah awak akan kena jawab secara lebih detail lagi. Kat mana awak nak pergi? Where do you want to go? So kalau saya probably, if I'm the SPM examiner, probably I will ask, do you like travelling as my first question. And anyway, that question ada dalam textbook. Here, do you like travelling? Okay, so so if I were to just go back to the question here, definitely when you answer, kejap lagi, when you are building your materials untuk pentadsiran bilik darjah, always go with the bullet points. Okay, you can definitely answer whatever you like about travelling, but hit the bullet points. Pastikan awak menjawab setiap bullet point. So bullet point number 1, where is the vacation spot? Bullet point number 2, what do you wish to do there? Bullet point number 3, who would you like to go with? Okay, and bullet point yang last kali adalah, if you would go there a second time, why or why not? I believe for my Padlet that I'm going to show you after this, I can definitely answer the last question because what I've shown you on Padlet are places that I have already visited. So if the question asks me, would you like to go there a second time? I'll say yes, and then I have to give my reason. Okay, pada speaking module ni, you akan dapat speaking template. Okay, so for those of you building your material for pentaksiran bilik darjah after this, you can use the speaking template. Okay, the template will look like this. Nampak tak? Not just Al Irfan but everyone in the lesson right now. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. If not, tolong tell me dekat chat or dekat microphone. Okay, you can use the template. You have to make it a full sentence. Then only you can score higher for your speaking exam. Full sentence will be like this. If the question asks you, where is your vacation spot that you have dreamt of? You have to answer using a full sentence like in the speaking template here. My dream vacation would be to go to, masukkan, where do you want to go? There are so many things that I wish I could do there. The first activity that I would like to do is, so as you can see here, the template gives you full sentences. Dia tak nak awak jawab, I, Korea contohnya. Kalau dia tanya, where is your dream vacation? Korea, macam tu. So you have to answer, my dream vacation would be to go to somewhere in Korea. Okay, so make it a full sentence. Okay, so you can definitely check this template down here. Okay, for you to answer the speaking question after this. Okay, by the way, I think 4KA should already know this. After I'm done with asking candidate B his question, I can just go to candidate A, the person listening, and I can also ask him, where would you love to go if you are planning a dream vacation? Where would you like to go? So candidate A will also be asked about candidate B's question. Setakat ni jelas tak? Do you know what's happening between candidate A dengan candidate B? Is it clear? Ada soalan tak? Do you have a question? Setakat I'm explaining to you right now. May I ask for account, last time you already did your speaking examination, was it similar? Sama tak dengan format that we have right now?
Yes.
Yes, is that exactly the same. So this is definitely a revision for you to prepare for the real SPM after this. Okay, so if we go to the format that I'm showing you right now, you can see that there is a template here that you can use with your partner. Okay, so here's the thing. I allow you to do individual work after this, or you can also just focus on your speech. Okay, if you feel like I want to be a bit more proactive, I want to practice with my partner, this is not the part that you can practice with your partner because you're not the one asking your partner question. Okay, for part 2. Okay, because if you are preparing for a part where you have to converse maksudnya have a conversation with your partner, it will be for part, okay, let's just go down here. It will be for part 3. Okay, so I'm just going to show you part 3. Ni semua yang atas ni will be your template for different topics for part 2, phase 2. Dia ada 2 fasa tadi Okay, this will be, part 2, phase, part 2 dia tak ada fasa pun. Part 2 is part 2 je, dia ada satu je. Okay, so right now, I'll just show you the part 3 If you want to practice with a partner, you can practice for part 3. Awak anggap je lah the question given to you is about dream vacation. So what you have to do is, contohlah kat tengah-tengah ni your dream vacation. Lepas tu dia masukkan, where would you like to go? What would you do there? Contohlah Okay, dia masukkan what would you do there? Why do you like travelling? Contoh dia ambil daripada textbook So you kena practice between you and your partner. Okay, so you can just change the question from part contohlah 4KA dia rasa macam dia dah try dah yang individual, nak try yang partner lah pula. Okay, so you can just take part 2 punya question here, part 2 punya bullet points, and then you imagine you are having a conversation with your partner. I allow that. Saya benarkan sebab mungkin awak rasa macam, oh kan kita orang dah buat dah hari tu for individual speaking. So let's practice with a partner. Okay, so you can do that as well. So I will just masukkan bullet point tu in this template here. Okay, my dream vacation. Where I would like to go, why I would like to go there, how I would feel. Lepas tu awak masukkanlah idiom. That's the function of idiom yang awak belajar tu. Okay, so since kita dah ada template here, we have already got a template. What I would like to do right now, okay, is to practice with you lah. I definitely want to have you practice. So I'm going to go back to the bullet point and the template. Okay, so Al Irfan has already done that. I'm going to show the template sebab saya nak mudahkan urusan awak right now. The template here says my dream vacation would be in. Okay, Al Irfan just now I did not ask him where he would like to go. So I would like to ask a different candidate. Saya nak tanya candidate lain. Okay. Where would be your dream vacation? So I'm going to go random. My selection is random and I show you the template, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you to answer me. Okay, let's try a candidate from let's try 4 KAA first. Muhammad Faizuddin. Use my template. Awak boleh gunakan template saya. Is your microphone okay, by the way? Muhammad Faizuddin, is your microphone okay? Since I'm recording this, I need to sort of like save time so that what you're recording that you get, it wouldn't be too long. Okay, so I do not get a response from Muhammad Faizuddin. Can I get Muhammad Haziq here? Muhammad Haziq, you're from 4 account Muhammad Haziq 1, 2. So, okay, as you can see here, the speaking practice is not meant for me because I shouldn't be doing the speaking. It's for you to practice. Can I get a volunteer, please, so that we can save a bit of time? Volunteer from 4 account or 4 KAA. I'll get a student who is able to use his microphone. You cannot type in the chat because this is us preparing for speaking exam. So speaking has to be spoken. You can't use the chat feature. Okay, I'll ask Nur Fahira Naimi. Do you suppose like you can turn on your microphone to show me that you are participating? Is Fahira Naimi there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, use my template. Gunakan template saya ni that I'm showing you right now. I'll ask you the first bullet point. Where is your dream vacation that you have imagined in your mind? Or you can also tell me about where you have been before and you would like to go there again. It doesn't matter. So where is your dream vacation? Location, where is it?
My dream vacation would be in California, Los Angeles.
California, Los Angeles, you mean the United States, as in the United States?
Yes.
All right. So I'm assuming that there are so many things that you would wish to do there. What would be the number one thing? What would you like to do there? Have
Just
you got
want
any plans?
go to the beach. I want
Go
to
to-
see the what do you call it? Dia punya laut clear, macam nak cakap.
I would like to see the crystal clear
Yeah.
water. What color would you describe the water?
Blue.
Bluish color. It has a bluish color. I also see some beaches with turquoise colored water, which is amazing. Okay, so those are probably among the words that you would like to use. Okay, so thank you, Nur Fahira. Of course, definitely you have to be prepared for your speaking examination, because otherwise what you did there would happen again. What you did there was you thought of the word in Malay, right? And then you felt like you had to ask, but you cannot ask the SPM examiner, of course. But never mind, this is practice, so it's okay. Okay, can I ask you another last question before I show you examples? Okay, who do you plan to go with?
Plan to go with my family, my
Family?
parents.
Your parents? Do you have a reason for that? Why would you like to go with your parents and your family members? Why is it
Because
important to bring
I
them?
think it's more better than go there with my friends.
All right. Okay. So here's what I can do to help you when we do a lot of practice, or when you give me your recording and we discuss about it. I know that last time we did not discuss you guys punya recording last time, but I still have some other students who have not sent me yet. So that's why I just put it on hold first. Like just now you said, I know that going with my family members, I know that going with is more better than my friends. So in the correct version of that sentence, we do not say apa. Can you correct yourself? Do we say more better? Do you remember me doing this order of adjectives with you last time? Sorry, it's not order of adjectives. It's called superlative adjective. So when we're talking about superlative adjectives, I'll see if I can find an image easier for you to look at. When the word better comes from what word? What word does it come from? The word better. Better comes from good. Okay, so if I could just like, what I'll do right now is, okay, I'll just give you one example of a comparative. And then what we can do is I'll just show you the whole thing. I don't know if you can see it very clearly right now. Contoh lah, if I could just, I can see it, but I don't know if you can. Okay, contoh last time I've already shown you this comparative adjective, superlative adjectives. Contoh fair, fairer, the fairest. Tapi untuk good tadi, good, better, the best. So you takkan cakap more better, tapi you tukar perkataan good kepada better sahaja. Okay, so that is an example. Benda ni kena hafal. You have to memorize. Okay, good, better, best. Big, bigger, the biggest. Okay, you have to memorize it, and there are some rules yang saya dah ajar untuk 4KA last time. Probably what I can do for you is saya kena buka satu example website here. If you can see, this is an example website. Contoh, nice, nicer, the nicest. Hey, sorry, I'm going to use late, later, the latest. Tapi kalau untuk good, good, better, the best. You tak boleh cakap more better. Okay, itu satu tau. That's just one thing of our correction for language, which is why we have to practice. Okay, so I hope that's clear untuk good, better, the best. Okay, bila awak nak compare dua tempat, you cakap better, bukan more better. Okay, so that's one thing. So whenever that you make a clear grammatical error in your speech, that's where the marks are lost. Tapi I do not want you to be scared. Awak tak perlu takut ke apa ke. Nanti for the real SPM exam, awak bantai sahaja because you dah prepare dah. That's the best that you can do. Okay, so jangan ada rasa nervous pula during SPM, which is why we prepare now. Kita prepare sekarang. Okay, alright. So what I'm going to do right now for you is since I have used the template here, saya dah guna dah template ni, 3 soalan that I asked Nur Fahira just now, I believe. You need to consolidate. Awak kena perkukuhkan awak punya speaking ni. Macam mana? How do we do that? By doing the task that I give. Okay, so what I gave you was a Padlet. I built this Padlet of my dream vacation. So later on, if you want to build your dream vacation punya material, I allow you to use Padlet, but Padlet is only free for 3 Padlet. I don't think saya pernah ask you to do any Padlet before. So if you want to do a Padlet, you can get a free version if it's your first time. But for me, I'm paying. Saya bayar untuk Padlet ni. So which is why I can get how many Padlets that I want. Okay. So for you, you might want to just like build one Padlet only. Okay. So how you can use Padlet untuk practice speaking? This is how. For example, right now, this is my dream vacation in which I would like to travel back in time because I have already visited these places. So if I just go from the beginning here of my timeline, okay, so this would be me in Greenmount Primary School back in 1998. I was only in year 3, okay, darjah 3. So my father studied his degree in Leeds University, so we all went there with our family. So if I were in Fahira's shoes just now, I would definitely want to bring my family because I could relive those moments that I've had with them before. Okay, so what I did was I used this audio here, audio recording, to practice the speech and saya masukkan idiom. Okay, among the idioms yang saya masukkan, later on I want you to hear it on your own. Among the idioms yang saya masukkan adalah taken from Mr. Jared's lesson. So I use the idiom, my heart was in my mouth, okay, to show how shocked I was when I heard the news that I have to move from Malaysia to the United Kingdom when I was in year 3. Okay, so that was shocked. It could also be fear because I do not know any English. Saya tak tahu bahasa Inggeris. I don't know how to talk with friends in another language. I only know Malay. Saya tahu bahasa Melayu je. So that might be my concern as well. Okay, so going back to the Padlet just now, I use my heart was in my mouth. I also use over the moon. Okay, so I'll just give you an example. Saya bagi example. Hopefully it will play, but we'll see if it plays or not.
When my father announced that all of my family members would be following him to the United Kingdom because he had to further his studies in University of Leeds, I felt extremely shocked. In fact, my heart was in my mouth.
Okay, can you just give me a feedback whether you can hear the audio?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not going to play it live right now. You check it out later on. So I just gave you some evidence of me using Mr. Jared's idioms that he has taken from the Form 4 textbook, and I put it in sentences but in speech version. I think for you to prepare for speaking, you have to listen to other people speaking. You have to see how they use idioms so that you will have more ideas. Okay. Other than listening, selain daripada mendengar apa orang lain cakap, okay, so I use my heart was in my mouth, I use on top of the world, and then I also use over the moon to show my feelings of going there. So you can definitely check it out, and if I were you, saya akan jot down the words yang orang lain guna. Okay, so that I can use it in my speech as well. Okay, so that's one example. Okay, if I were to look at another example here, another example would come from the nouns that Mr. Jared has shown. Saya pergi balik kepada the Google form just now. So other than ajar awak idiom ni peribahasa. Dia dah explain kat dalam video dia. Idiom peribahasa. So other than idioms, he also asks you to answer questions about nouns, kata nama. So for the purpose of this lesson, saya gunakan kata nama. In my speech, I use the noun survive. Okay. Kejap lagi I'll explain kenapa saya pilih survive, iaitu bila kita tukar kepada noun, survive adalah kata kerja. Macam mana nak tukar jadi kata nama? Survive, bertahan. Tapi kalau awak orang yang bertahan kat dalam negara luar, what do you call? Ni panggil apa ni? Siapa yang dah jawab last time? Akilatul Who has answered? Survive tukar jadi apa Akilatul
Survivor.
Survivor. Siapa jawab dulu, dia tahu dululah. Okay, what the answer is. Okay, so survive, survivor. So I use the word survivor and then I also use the word explorer. Nak tukar explore kepada kata nama, noun, dia akan jadi explorer. Okay, so here the reason why I use explorer dan juga I use the word survivor, I'll just demonstrate live to you right now. So when I came back, saya duduk 2 tahun je actually. I just stayed there for like 2 years following my father in Leeds. But then I came back when I was 19 after SPM. So here is the reason why you should score for your SPM, because you never know what opportunities you are going to get. Okay, so I went there on the ticket of my SPM result. I don't think I mind telling you my SPM result. Actually, I sama je dengan budak 4KA. I already told them. My the subjects that I took were 12 subjects, 12, termasuklah bahasa Arab, Syariah and everything. But I only got like 9 A's, excluding semua yang agama-agama tu lah, because I was like quite poor in Syariah. So I got B3, B for Syariah, and then bahasa Arab pun I got B as well. So those were among my frustrations, but Allah akan gantilah dengan kegembiraan lain, don't worry. So I got with my SPM result, I flew to the United Kingdom again, and then my first visit was to Manchester. Okay, so I guess if you think about Manchester, mesti you fikirkan Manchester United, right? So this would be among the first few places that I visited. Manchester United, kalau you tengok the picture that I showed you, down here, the stadium for Manchester United would be Old Trafford, Manchester. So I felt like at that time I was a survivor because I don't have my parents there. And I was also an explorer because starting from Manchester, all the travels escalated. If you go down the timeline here, if I count, I think I visited Old Trafford. Ini dari segi stadium football je lah. Okay, I'm not really a football fan, but it's just for following my friends and then getting that experience. So Old Trafford there, and I think I was in Santiago Bernabeu. It looks like a Photoshop picture, but it isn't. It is in Madrid, Spain. So all these experiences are what I would like to share in my speech. Okay, kalau saya lah SPM candidate tu. Okay, so that was at Stadio Santiago de Bernabeu. And then another one would be Chelsea Stadium, Stamford Bridge. If you move into the other pictures here, there are also other stadiums like Emirates, Arsenal, and those are among the experiences that I had. Okay, so going back to how I can speak about it, okay, apa antara words yang saya boleh guna? Again, tadi survivor. And then I was an explorer. So you can check out my audio later on to see how I use it in my speech. Okay, so the same thing when you are preparing for your part 2, individual long turn tadi, what you can do is add pictures and then use the audio to speak about the picture. Add pictures, use the audio. Okay, and I will give you markah pentaksiran bilik darjah from there. Okay, but I'll give you some other examples later on. Probably in the next lesson. Kalau awak tak nak buat Padlet, I'll give you some other examples. Okay, so it's already 9:01 for today. I hope you know what tasks you have to do. Give me a speech of you talking about your dream vacation. If by the next lesson awak still tak ada lagi, it's okay. I'll give you some other examples. Just think first of how you would like to do this pentaksiran bilik darjah. I've given a folder on Google Drive for pentaksiran bilik darjah, satu folder for account, satu folder for KA. All your pentaksiran bilik darjah videos ke apa ke will be put in there. Markah saya akan ambil from there. Okay, so that's all for today. I think it's 9:01. I hope that this session has sort of like opened up your eyes a little bit about how to answer. Okay, for your speaking. Gunakan template yang saya bagi tadi. All materials ada dekat Delima. Okay, I bet that you might have another class right now. It's 9:02. So I'll end the session today with good luck with your pentaksiran bilik darjah preparation. I'll see you in the next lesson. Okay, so thank you class and Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, teacher.
All right,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher. Thank you, teacher.
All right.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you as well for attending. Fill in your attendance.